Hey guys, how's it going today? We are going to be playing some Payday 2. I got this game exactly 1 week ago, actually. As you can see there, I'm wearing a pretty cool mask. That's actually the Cthulhu mask which I got. I have two other infamous masks. I have Wolf Begins and Hoxton. But the funny story about the Cthulhu mask is that the first night that I got this, I played around a little bit, and the first three paydays that I got, the first one was 3 grand cash. The second one was blood red, which is what I have on my Cthulhu mask, and then my third one was the zipper. So my first instinct was to put the blood red on the zipper and be like really awesome. And then the match, just as I was getting enough money to be able to make my zipper blood red, somebody got the Cthulhu mask in game. And then a few nights ago, actually, yeah, exactly 3 nights ago, I had missed some time and I asked my dad if I could make it up. It was an hour and a half that I was downstairs helping out, so he let me make it up. And I came up here, I played, and I was doing a bank job, and I ended up finishing the job 1 minute before I had to get off, and I got the Cthulhu mask. So instantly I just put it together, was so happy, put it on my guy, and went to bed. So it was amazing. But I'm level 41. I just unlocked the new armor, and I currently am a technician. If you see there, it might be a little bit hard, but I have 18 points in technician and 4 in enforcer, so I can like carry bags faster and stuff. Let's see if we can find a good mission for us to play. I don't know how much more I'm going to end up uploading before Advanced Warfare comes out, because it's kind of difficult for me to judge how many videos I'm going to end up putting out. I am going to end up uploading all the stuff that's currently on my computer. I don't know if I'm going to be doing too much more Fallout 3 or Ghosts. I will at some point finish the Extinction playthrough that I'm doing. I realize it's kind of old, so there's not much point in getting them out like super fast anymore. But I'm just looking for a 4 stores, because that's where my... Wow, that's the first time Big Oil has showed up, but I'm not going to do it because I don't know how. We'll just go back in here. I'm going to wait for a 4 stars because that's really where the technician shines, is blowing shit open with C4. And here we have the flaw of Payday 2. Besides the fact that you have to wait for a specific one, here we go. Very low pay grade, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway, just because I mainly want to talk. So, there are a few bad... I guess you could call this a review of Payday 2. There are a few bad things about Payday 2. One of the things being the fact that you have to wait for your missions to show up. You might not get the mission you want. It might be a pro mission when you don't want it to be. Stuff like that. It gets pretty annoying. Sometimes you get kicked from stuff. But besides the whole community, it's not too bad, actually. I met somebody last night. I asked them if they wanted to record today. They said sure, but I haven't really... They weren't on, so... Another bad thing would probably be the fact that you have to just continuously do missions and get items. I currently do not have a suppressor for any of my guns, and I'm level 41. I'm assuming the max level is 100. I haven't actually gotten to that point. I don't care too much for sneaking this mission. So just blow that guy away. So, That's basically the limit of the things that are bad. This game did a lot of things very well. The fact that you can create your characters, you don't have to go down just one tree. Eventually I'm going to end up going down the Enforcer tree, getting the saw, which is going to be amazing. There's not much that's wrong with this game. Things that this game did really well, obviously the creating the character and being able to go down different trees and specialize in different things and being able to play with other people and having each other's backs. I love any game where you can play co-op and you really depend on the other people that you're playing with. Assassin's Creed Unity, I'm assuming, is going to do that very well. But so that's one of the things that did really good, and did really well. Sorry, I hate it when I'm trying to think and I can't do it properly, and I end up saying the wrong thing, and my grammar messes up. I hate it so much. But the other thing that this game was amazing for, the one that really sold me on it, was the fact that you can play offline and it levels up your online profile. It was phenomenal when I found out that it does that. And that's ultimately the reason why I got this. Because I'm actually playing offline right now. I'm connected to online, but I'm playing an offline match, which doesn't affect it. So if you're somebody that plays offline but likes to play online, say you have bad internet, sometimes it cuts in and out, I would recommend getting this game, because you can play offline, become a super badass, and then go online, which is exactly what I did. I like to go on 4 stores online and just join people that are really low level, because a lot of the times, like what I'm doing right now, a 2-star 4 stores are typically only going to be accomplished by people that are probably between level 0 and 20, because there's actually a level 0 in this, which I thought was kind of interesting, unlike some of the games where it's like you have to get to level 5 before you get a skill point or something like that, and then you end up with like uneven number of skill points by the end of it. I'm specifically talking about Borderlands and Borderlands 2, which were great games, but they weren't really... That was one of the things that annoyed me, was the fact that the skill points weren't even. You can't just go, oh yeah, there's 50 skill points in this game. There's 46 skill points, and then with the DLC there's like 57 and stuff like that. It's really annoying. Yeah, one of the ways that I get attachments, though, is to get around the attachment thing, is once I get to a higher level and I actually find the attachments to be really useful, because early game you don't have much money to do stuff like that, but later on you do stuff. So another thing that bothered me with this, though, not necessarily a problem with the game itself, but 4 paydays in a row I got the same pattern for masks. I'll go ahead and show it to you here. Open up one of my masks. So I have all of these, and I like to accumulate these before building anything. Obviously, the second I got the other one. This one right here, Electric Center. I got 4 of them in one match. I have 5 of them right now. I was about to say I got 5 of them, but that would be incorrect grammar, of course. I really hate it when I mess up on grammar. But every time I get a new thing, I like go through and I like to look at them like this. Like, okay, we'll take a color here. Does this look good? And you have to wait for the mask to go back around. You can go like this, though. I figured that out a few days ago, that you can actually like take the mask and look at it instead of waiting for it to flip back around, because I would always just look at it in the background and I would be like, alright, I want to look at as much stuff as possible before it goes away, and then once it got to, say, like this point, I'm like, alright, wait for it to turn back around, But anyway, I don't like to make my masks. I like to look at them, and then, since I have my ultimate mask that I'm wearing right now, I kind of just like to look at these. This is the favorite that I have for the zipper mask, because the zipper is yellow and it kind of goes down into the black, and the zipper looks really good with the alligator on it. So this is the way that I like to look at this mask. Hoxton, I don't like that mask at all. I don't even bother trying to look at it customized, because the nose is just so messed up on it. But this one, I like to have, or when I color it, this is how I'm going to end up coloring it, is like that right there. So that'll look really, really nice with the face in the middle screaming, got like the bloody tongue dripping out and everything. It looked great. And then the other side, he's like crying, and that one's like smiling, like a really dumb smile. But yeah, that'll be really cool once I get that one done. And then this wolf one I actually got last night again. I accidentally equipped it there. I haven't really looked at this one too much, but I was thinking, which one was I thinking with this? It was that one. And it was... I forget what it was. It wasn't that, but it was something similar to that. I don't care too much for the that wolf one. Anyway, let's go ahead and go on another mission here real quick. Actually, let's go and help some people, because I was just telling you about that. Here we go. Low 4 stores. We'll see if I can come help these guys out if they need some C4 or something. Because really 4 stores is just, if you can get the safes open, you're good. You're golden. I like the C4 better than the saw. The saw can open up safety deposit boxes and ATMs, and it can saw through the metal poles on the mission frame, but I didn't go for that one just because the framing frame is a 3-day mission, and that's really the only point that I really need it, unless you were to play deposit box robbery. So yeah, here we got a 1 and 21. They clearly don't have anything ridiculously good, so I can just come in here, blow open the safes for them, and we'll be out of here. I don't know how far they are in the mission, though. They might be towards the end of the game. They might be... Okay, yep, not towards the end of the game. Just kind of getting dropped in here. Let's do this. Alright. Let me get this. I love, though, that I can come and do this. I can come in, help them out, and we can just be good. Got flashbanged. Alright, so they already got that one. While they're dealing with them, I'm going to go ahead and go see if I can blow open another safe somewhere. They clearly haven't blown open all the safes. Safes. Saves. Alright, so here's one right here. I'll go ahead and blow this one open for them. I love being able to help people. Whether it's in real life, in video games, any circumstance where I can be a benefit to others without feeling like I'm being used by others, I like. Well, if there's a big safe anywhere, I won't be able to blow it open, but I can definitely blow open the rest of these. And I'm assuming the big safe is in this back room of the China shop. So here we go. Now we can wait for it. See, these guys were in quite a bit of trouble before I got here. I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, I came in and saved these guys, but I like to be able to help them. It's not here. Yes, I want to drive. I'm a fantastic driver. Whenever I play a game where there's like driver, passenger, gunner, stuff like that, specifically Halo or GTA, I love driving. I'm very good at it. And again, I'm not trying to just talk myself up here. It's just, this is the way I truly feel. I'm not trying to be a dick and say, I came in, saved these guys, and I'm fantastic. And that's why it's good that you can play this game offline, because you get disconnected like that, and you don't have to sit there and play around with, okay, I need to get reconnected here and do this and that and this dude's sister. You can just go, okay, I've been disconnected from Xbox Live. Here we go. Let's go ahead and play something. Here we go. We'll do another really crappy 4 stores, just for the Payday, for the attachments. I have gotten attachments though for some of my stuff. There was, I think for my shotgun, I got like a muzzle brake for it, which was pretty nice. Or was it? I think it might have been my my 36, the assault rifle. I don't know what its actual name is called. I don't know why they say display cases though, because there's no display cases on this map. I've checked. Be chill. I was like, why do I have out this shotgun? But I do, because nothing in here. Yes, that's why I have out my shotgun, because there's nothing in this place. I'm just gonna keep reloading and then interrupting my reload. Be fantastic. That's another feature in this game. You can... There you go. I would like to have more shape charges though, but you can't get more, which really stinks. Unless I'm stupid and there's some magical way you can get more.
Down on the ground, all of you.
Like if ammo replenish them, but I don't think ammo does. Alright, here we go. We got the big safe. And a big safe like this, it takes about as much time to put the shape charges on as it does for the ghost to pick it, but the ghost picking skill really only helps for this one. I think one is like speeds up your picking, and then the other one is you can pick safes. There was hardly any money in there. It was a waste of C4.
Follow me. All right.
There's an extraction team coming from the civilians. Stay sharp.
Alright, let's go back. Here.
Whoa, that must be full of valuables.
There's another big safe, really? Yeah. This is actually the first time that I've had a second safe in 4 stores, but that would be the reason, though, that you would want somebody else along with. I'm not even worried about the cops. It's only 1 star risk level. Get on the ground. I like playing as Chains. The only reason I wouldn't like playing as Chains, or the only problem that I have with Chains, is the fact that his voice squeaks a lot. It breaks. Ooh, I almost just blew her face off. Those gunshots are really loud. They're quite loud. I turned down my game volume, but I have it down as far as it goes without actually being off. Here we go. I'll blow this door open just for shits and giggles. Open sesame! Yay! Overall, I think this is a fantastic game, and you should totally get it. I picked it up for 20 bucks at GameStop 1 week ago. Today, I believe, is October 10th. I think. Right? Friday, October 10th? I might be retarded and it's the 11th or the 9th or something, but I'm fairly sure. Yep, I probably should have saved that shape charge so that I can blow open this door. Well, we can pick it. Can we pick it? Yes, we can. I like the double barrel because it's pretty much insta-kill for everything. I'm kind of just stocking up on primary and secondary weapons. Whichever ones I like the most are the ones that I keep. So I have my shotgun secondary. I'll have the submachine gun secondary with the most ammo, which is 150, and then the deagle, which I actually have a couple attachments for already, but I haven't bought it. And I have 5 or 6 primary weapons that I'll end up having at some point. It will pay off long term because I'll get a payday. We have to leave the gold, but we will get paid. I will be using you as sex dolls, sex slaves, sex everything. Surgeon sight. Cool. Alright, well, that has been my fairly high review of Payday 2, I guess. Well, if I'm going to call this a review, I might as well just start reviewing games. So I can't really give a review of a game without giving it an overall score. If I were to give this game a score out of 10, I would probably give it a 7.4. I realize since I haven't given other games scores yet, it kind of hard to tell where that is. Um, I don't think I've played a game that would be a 10. Maybe a couple that might reach 9, but 9 to 10 would be like that games that have nothing wrong with them, no really bad bugs or anything like that, and even bugs that are funny and everything, like Bethesda bugs. A lot of times they're pretty funny and they're fun to play with, but the fact that there are bugs in it brings the number down just because of the fact that the coding for it that caused the bugs is not the most stable. So there are quite a few glitches with Payday 2. One of my favorite is the I don't know if it's supposed to be a glitch or not, but if you take, say, like a double barrel shotgun or a shotgun of any kind and point blank a police officer with it while you're crouched, they will go flying, which I think is really, really funny. So I would say probably about 10% of the games that I have played total, I would guess they're probably around 100 to 150 games that I've actually played. So around 10 games or so would be between the 8 and 9 area, and maybe one or two might be at like a 9.1 or 9.2. I don't think there's a single game that there is nothing that I have found wrong with it. In perspective of what I look for when I'm trying to decide if a game is good or not, there's the overall, obviously, just how I feel playing the game, how I felt the first time, how I feel a while later, how I felt throughout playing the game, and things like that. Call of Duty games, I can't really rate too high just because of all the bullshit that happens in Call of Duty and all the times that I have decided to just stop playing them for the day and go to something else. Payday 2 will now be probably one of my go-to games if I ever get disconnected from Xbox Live for a prolonged period of time. I'll play this just because my stats and stuff carry over to my online profile, but the overall how I feel before, during, and after playing the game, Payday 2, I would say, would be fairly high. I'm not going to give it like individual numbers, I'm just going to say how it made me feel. Right away, actually the demo of this I had for a while. I ended up having like 10 million in my offshore account, which I have 90 right now and I'm level 41. That's not linear, that's exponential. But I would say the before would be the very beginning of the game. So the first day that I played it, like I said, I got the three things, and that was basically it. I mean, I got a couple attachments and a couple more designs and things. If you want to click off now, go ahead. This is just my review of the game. But another thing would probably be multiplayer. If the multiplayer is fun, this game has excellent multiplayer. It's got the 4 people, which I think would be an ideal number. Some games I don't think 4 people would do too well. I think 2 might be good. Like if the Bethesda games, say Oblivion or Skyrim, had 2-player, I think that would be better instead of having 4. Because at that point, with such a free roam game, it would just be confusing to have people all over the place, and I think they would end up needing to be in the same area, which would get kind of annoying. But the multiplayer of this game I like quite a bit. Like I said, I can go in and help people out and be really nice to people, and I haven't met anybody in this that is like a complete dick, like screaming and everything, because the people that are playing this game that aren't very friendly typically are in their own party. This game doesn't have too much in the line of people that stay in game chat, so I would have to say the multiplayer as a whole is very good for this game. There is no campaign, but I'm kind of alright with that though, because it has the offline mode and it's exactly like the multiplayer and it carries over. So it's like if a Call of Duty game playing the campaign carried over to online, and you could play the campaign multiplayer. So I have no problem with this game not having a campaign. The one thing though Um, the computer version of this game is more updated than the Xbox 360 version, because in the computer version the offshore account actually did something. In this it's more of just like a stat, like how much money you have accumulated total. So as you see there, I have 90 million. I can't spend that on anything. They don't have that in Xbox, and I doubt they ever will. So that is basically just a scoring system to say I have this much in my offshore account. Oh, I have this much in my offshore account. So that is kind of annoying. Of course, that's like some other things, how they don't have The Last of Us for Xbox or Little Big Planet or things like that. It's kind of like an exclusive, but the offshore account doesn't do anything at all. So I think to make this game better, they should just have the straight up payday money. I'm not saying that the 90 million should be in my actual spending cash, because if it was, they would have to increase the price of everything else that's in the game. But I think they should just go straight spending cash. Like, you get paid this much for doing the job, and just get rid of the offshore account completely, or implement the other stuff. But I think it would be easier to just remove the offshore account and reduce the money. So that's been my review of Payday 2. Like I said, I give it like a 7.4, I think it was. But fairly high. That's a C, which is average in the school grading scale, but that's not the way it works around here. I think a 5 would be about average for my grading scale. So Payday 2, I would say, is a B if you were to take it like that. If 25 through 50 was a, or actually no, yeah, it would be like a C plus. Honestly, I have no clue. So what would that be? It would be A, B, C, D, F. So that would be 5. But I want to have like an S. Maybe like an A plus, like 100%. That would be an S. That would be like my perfect ideal game. So if I ever give a game a 10, that is the perfect game in my mind. And if you don't see the way I do, if you don't think about games the same way I do, like, I really like it when it has a clearly defined inventory. At first it was a little bit confusing, but I picked up on it really fast. Apparently that site I can put on like all of this, which is really cool. Reduces the mobility, and that's all it does. Simple red dot with a small site picture. I don't know. I might put it on something, but I like games that are basically all around very comfortable to use. I don't like games that feel like you have to have played other games in order to understand them, or things like that. I can understand, though, being able to adapt to a game better if you've played the previous ones, but you should be able to pick up a game and not have a problem playing it with it, despite not having played the other ones in the series. For instance, Saints Row the Third. I played that without having played any of the other ones, and the game was great. I'm not going to rate it in this video. I might rate it in a different video, but it was a really, really good game, despite the fact that I hadn't played the other ones. And the fact that they alluded to having other of the gang members have died, that was really the only part that I missed out on, was saying that like Lucretia or something like that had died, and some other character had died previously, apparently in the other 2 games that came before it. I was fine with that, really. It did make me kind of curious how they died and why they died, so I might end up playing the first and second one at some point. But other than the fact that it had that in there, the game was fine. So, I mean, if it's just like a quick reference to a previous game, and it doesn't affect the overall ability for me, it doesn't affect my overall ability to understand the game as a whole, it's fine. So, Payday 2, none of that. I have no problem understanding what this is. I'm assuming they have some information on the characters beforehand, but I mean just going to the inventory and going to the masks. Oops, or what was it? It was character. You can actually look at them, and it gives you a bio on them, so you understand what happened in the previous one. It was basically this heists and everything. They just updated it and made the game better. Probably some people are assuming that the first one was better, but I haven't played the other one, so it doesn't matter to me, honestly. I might play it at some point. I don't know. There are a lot of games that I still need to play, a lot of games that I will end up playing, and a lot of games that I will just never get around to, ever. And that does kind of bother me a little bit, the fact that I won't be able to play every single game that might be good. I might miss out on games like Destiny. I missed out on that. I will get it at some point, and I will probably end up enjoying it, but I missed it. So, that was my review of Payday 2. It's a great game. I do recommend it. For the $20 that I got it for, it was great. And if I ever get a game like ridiculously cheap, cheaper than I should have gotten it, for instance, if a game is $60 at GameStop pre-owned, and I managed to pick it up somehow for like $5, I'm going to go by the price that I bought it from at the time. So Payday 2 for $20 is definitely worth it. Main reason, because the multiplayer, people might stop playing it less at some point, but it doesn't matter because you can continue playing solo. Of course, you only get 2 AI, you don't get 3, and you don't have 4 people, you only get 3, but that's fine. So, Payday 2, $20, 7.4, great game. Definitely recommend it for the amount of money that you pay. I showed you guys some footage of it and everything. I told you what I like about it, what I don't like about it. If you guys have the same viewpoint, go ahead, go get the game. You don't have enough money for it. Oh well, wait till it gets cheaper. I mean, if it gets down to, say, $12 a few months from now, or I don't know, maybe a year from now, I haven't really been keeping track. I just wait for games to get to a certain point and then I go buy them. Payday 2, I was waiting for it to be $20 before I went and got it. So I typically figure out what the game is worth to me and then buy it at that price. So for what you guys have seen, if the game, you can get the demo of this, if the game isn't worth $20 to you, if it's worth $6, wait till it goes down to 6. I mean, to say I don't have enough money for the game doesn't make any sense. I don't have enough money right now, or I don't think that it's worth that much money right now. For instance, Call of Duty Ghosts. Maybe not worth $60 right when it came out. Of course, I did get it for $60, but oh well. Yeah, Payday 2, definitely recommend it. If I got anything wrong or if I missed anything, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. Or if you think I'm completely wrong and this game is an absolute pile of horseshit, go ahead and say so. I mean, if there was something that completely messed this game up for you, I mean, if it's like in a childhood, like riding a horse is fantastic, but you got kicked off and you hate horses now, let me know why you hate this game. Because I'm interested to know if there's something that I am missing, if there is any chance that I ever have to learn something, I want that opportunity to be presented to me. I mean, I hate it when I ask somebody to elaborate on something and they just blow me off, because they are preventing me from learning something that I want to learn. And then I end up not liking that person, so if you hate this game and you don't tell me why you don't like it, I don't care if you're writing on the game. You're like, this game is stupid for this reason, this reason, this reason. I'm not going to report you as spam because you're giving me your honest opinion on the game. And that's what I want. I want honest opinions. So go ahead and let me know if you guys have played the game, what you think about it, or if you're planning on getting the game. Go ahead and let me know. A final thing, not related to Payday 2, this might be, like I said before, one of my last videos before Advanced Warfare actually comes out. I will do a complete playthrough of the campaign. I will be playing the multiplayer. Some people probably clicked off as soon as I started talking about more Call of Duty, but Anyway, I will be doing a full playthrough of the campaign. I'll be playing the multiplayer, and probably about 2 weeks, I want to say, after getting it, after the multiplayer tones down a bit on my just constantly playing it that I'll be doing like the first day, I'll go ahead and give that a review as well, and I hope to be able to give more game reviews in the future. And I hope people don't chop my balls off for saying that a game's good when it's absolutely crap, or saying that a game is terrible when it's got like a load of fan base. Because if I were to say that, I don't know, what's something that's got a lot of fans? World of Warcraft. If I said World of Warcraft was a pile of horse shit, people would be all over me. And it's not. It's not a pile of horse shit. And some people are going to get all over me for saying that. But I have played the game. I haven't played it to death because I'm not the kind of person to play World of Warcraft to death. I played it to level 15, and it just became really routine. I was just running all over the place, doing a mission, running back, and I didn't have anybody to play with. So that might have been why I didn't care too much for it. It's not terrible. It's not my favorite game, and I'll leave it at that because that's pretty much every game I've played. It's not absolute horseshit, but I don't mind picking it up every now and then. So that's my review of Payday 2. Again, 7.4. Great multiplayer, great single player. Really easy to get into, unless of course you're like an 80-year-old man that doesn't play video games. You might not want to try starting with Payday 2. Maybe Pong or Asteroids. Never know.